What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Wardcast. Every Monday, we bring you the latest in video game news, talk about survival horror, machinima, and what's going on at the Ward Productions. I'm one of your hosts, Shaun Clark. With me today is Jazz Rich.
Hello.
Shayla Hill.
Hello.
And Maple.
Good evening.
You can find the Wardcast at youtube.com/thewardproductions and on Google Play. Jazz, did you have a week?
I had a half a week.
Three quarters of a week?
No, I threw the other half in the garbage.
Oh, just wasn't worth keeping?
Yeah, it was expired.
So tell us about this half a week.
I worked a lot, and then I had moved, so yay.
I think this is the first time that you've actually been ready for that question.
Yeah,
You're right,
I'm not
actually.
ready. It's just like, I have been working.
Good job.
No,
I'm proud of you.
First time.
You're making large strides towards being prepared in life.
Towards being an adult.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't go that far, but something.
Wow.
It gets shut down.
Good job, but fuck you.
Next.
What about you, Maple? How was your week?
My week has been negligible for the most part. Just been working as well.
God, work
Nothing
is
really
like
exciting.
the worst, ruining
Yeah.
everybody's lives.
That's all it's been. It's been taking over everyone's lives.
It's
Just
terrible.
work.
The human condition, it's fucked.
Agreed.
Shayla, how'd your week go?
It's horrible. I've been working so much. And there was a big snowstorm where I got stuck in a ditch.
Yay. Snow. Oh, that's not good.
See, we could have sped this up by just being like, hey, how's everybody's weeks? And then you'd all just simultaneously be like, terrible, work.
Everybody who worked, raise your hands. You can't. Man.
Good,
It
done,
was
move on.
Sean, how was your week?
Thank you. I was hoping that you would ask me. My week's been pretty alright. I guess better than your guys's. I mean, I've been working too, but shit. I watched most of the video game awards, but I didn't have a chance to finish it. I don't know if you guys watched any of that.
Nope.
Was it because you fell asleep or you're so mad you rage quit?
I fell asleep.
They're like, it's a new Street Fighter.
But wow. Yeah, not surprisingly, Red Dead Redemption 2 cleaned house, winning pretty much everything that it was nominated for, even though nobody seems to like that game. But
Ooh.
everybody praises it and gives it awards, even though it's not that great. But
So Monster Hunter didn't win anything?
from what I
Bullshit!
from what I saw, it won one. What the fuck
What did
was
it
it? I think it was
Your
best.
attention.
Oh, it was best RPG because I thought that was kind of weird because, I mean, it kind of is an RPG, but not really.
Not really. I mean,
No.
what the hell? Wait, I guess Persona 5 just missed it, did it?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, that was
Yeah,
last
Persona
year.
5 Last year.
It was nominated for a bunch of stuff last year. But I don't think it won anything though.
That's a shame.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say because I never played it, but
Well, that's just like I was pissed that I don't think Nier Automata won anything last year.
no, it was. I think it won something stupid like best soundtrack or some
Well,
bullshit.
it better.
No, I know
Yeah,
it
it's a
absolutely
soundtrack.
deserved that award, but like in the grand scheme of awards, that's pretty shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does deserve a lot more recognition.
Yeah,
the
at least I mean at least it did get one thing, but still kind of sad.
Not enough.
Yeah, not enough for sure. That game was so good.
Agreed.
Hopefully it sold enough to do a sequel, but I'm not
Hey,
gonna hold
I've
my
seen a lot
breath.
of crossovers of the game.
Yeah, so, I mean surprisingly too. I mean yeah, there's a crossover with Soul Calibur
Tekken.
6.
Was it? Oh, Soul Calibur. My apologies.
Yeah, and I don't know if it came out or if it's coming out, but it's coming out on Xbox as well, which that was really surprising that they decided to do that. Like that's not a game for that market at all. But I
Yeah, you
mean,
must-
it's good. It's good that it
I
did
agree.
well enough to do that.
Now we're just wondering, is there going to be a sequel?
Probably not. Well,
Don't say
I don't
that.
know. If
I
it
have
does
dreams.
really well on Xbox, maybe. But outside of that, I don't know. How long did it take us to get that sequel in the first place? 10 years?
At least.
I'd really...
Okay, I'm not going to think about the number. We might get a sequel. That's all I need to know.
Hey, I support that 100%.
I think next they should do that now that they've kind of collaborated as far as the Nier guy with the director guy with Platinum. They should finally do they should do another Dragoon or Drakengard. I mean, Dragon Ball, either way.
Oh
whatever
yeah,
you
Dragon.
wanna call
Well, I don't think that's ever gonna happen because 3 did really bad.
But 3 did really bad for a reason. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't get why these game companies, like, they don't look, like, they have to be looking at the fact that, like, it didn't do well because the engine was subpar. Like the gameplay was subpar. But if they have somebody like Platinum doing the game engine, then it'll be a more enjoyable game.
No, I can see your point. Having a project given to someone else.
Yeah.
The problem with that is, though, Drakengard wasn't, like, it was never a huge series. It wasn't a big franchise. Like, it had a cult following for a long time, but, like, since they missed so hard with the third one, I don't think they had enough of a following to recover. Because, like, the small fan base that they had, I feel like they kind of alienated them at this point. So if they do another one, I just don't think it's going to sell anywhere near what it needs to. And I'm sure they know that.
Maybe, but Square has no problem beating dead horses, so I'm sure they'll...
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I don't know.
Only if it's profitable.
Yeah.
And I just want to point out that the main girl in Drakengard 3 had a fucking flower in her eye. What?
But she was so cool.
It was
her
pretty.
dragon-
Aesthetics.
Her dragon was adorable.
See?
That's probably not the way you want to market things in the West, though.
Have you heard his song? It's so cute. And he sings about how he loves Zero, and it's so cute. And she's like, "Shut the fuck up!"
Didn't Sweary have something to do with that game too?
I believe so.
That's so great. I need to play that game. I'm sure it's terrible, but whatever.
It's okay.
And then so outside of that, I got some more limited run game stuff over the past few weeks, so I'll be playing that stuff soon. You know, gotta plug my sponsor, of course.
Every time.
That's about it. Worked a lot, been tired a lot. Here I am, a lot.
Life
a lot. But yeah, what have we been playing? Maple, you still living that old school life? How's that going?
Trying to, but again, it's been work's been cut into in my hours, so I come home, I'm tired, and yeah, I don't really have that much energy to really play video games, or at least have the attention span to enjoy it.
Yeah, that's fair. I've been feeling a lot of that the past couple of weeks too. It's like I start playing something, but it's like you don't think about it, but playing a game, like, it takes energy. Like,
it does.
You have to think and be there. Like, you can't just sit down, relax, and play a game. At least for me, like, I got to think about it, and I'm involved, and, like, I don't know. It takes more energy than you realize it does.
Are you saying the video games are a waste of time?
No.
How? How did you get that from that?
She got so
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm telling my mom.
I'm praising video games for being more than just a mindless thing that you do to pass time. It's a lot more involved than people realize. So fuck off.
I'm like,
Wow.
fuck, I'm too tired to play video games. Fuck.
Do you have any survival horror games or anything that you plan on playing soon that are like PS2, PS1 era?
As of right now, I've decided to take a break.
You son
Just
of a
because
bitch.
Oh, wait, hold on. Hear me out now. Reason why is, well, you know, I'm gonna be going on YouTube, see what's being updated and whatnot. Resi 2 everywhere. Everyone's just posting videos of the games. Like, can you guys just leave it alone? It's gonna be released in 1 month time.
I know.
Stop. Please stop.
I've been thinking the exact same thing. Like, everywhere I go, it's like, oh, watch this gameplay footage, and this is happening, and that's happening. I'm like, just stop. It's a month away. Shut up. We don't need to know anything. Like, we know what we need to know. Let's just wait a month, and then we can just have it. It'll be great.
That's
They should
all.
release the beta right now.
Yeah, the fucking
No
beta. I mean, at this point, everything's just a beta forever.
Beta. Wait.
Beta, wait.
Might as well. But besides that, yeah, no. Seeing Resi 2 everywhere, it's just been like, okay, well, I guess I might as well go back and play Resi 2 again.
Nice. Yeah, I need to do that too before the remake comes out. I've been really wanting to do that. And I've also got Resident Evil 1.5. I have that on disc.
Wait,
I don't really
have that on disc?
Yeah. I don't know how far it goes, but like I know 70 or 75% of that game was made, so it's like it's not going to have an ending. I'm not really sure how that's going to work.
How'd you get it?
Stream it? I want to see
Right?
this.
I want to see.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I don't know if I'll stream it, but I'm definitely gonna let's play it. But
Is that where Leon's in a
Oh, okay,
castle?
hold on. You have to stream it. Sharing is caring. You can't keep that to yourself.
yeah, I could probably stream it. and then I could just record that, and yeah, I'll do that. But hopefully, I'm gonna, as long as I can do it, as long as I can get into storage and have a place and all that stuff. Probably gonna do it like the first week of January.
Wow, it's actually getting close to Resi 2. You sure you want to do that?
That's 3 weeks out,
I guess.
right? That's when the hope's gonna, or not the hope, but the excitement's gonna be like at the max because people are gonna be ready for it to come out. So
Hype.
yeah,
The hype is real.
exactly. I'm gonna build into that hype, hopefully.
Look at you cashing in.
Exactly. You gotta follow the market.
Oh, Chris.
Well, I mean, normally I would be like, oh, whatever. But I mean, come on. If there's any point that you should be like riding a trend is when it's like your favorite fucking thing. So it's like perfect for you, Shaun.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Yes.
Unless it's not great.
But don't say that.
Uh-oh. You just cursed it?
No. I'm talking about 1.5. That could be terrible.
Oh.
Remake's gonna be amazing.
Hey, the
So
terrible
can you-
can be its
wait.
own charm.
You're right.
Does it have both characters?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Who are you going to pick, Leon or Elsa?
Elsa, of course.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so that'll be cool. Can't wait to do that. So, Jazz,
Yes.
what have you been into this week? Been playing anything?
Yes. I played a little bit of Last of Us just to race against Jill, and then we've been playing a lot of Ark, and by we I mean I, because everybody's always asleep when I'm on. But I lost
When are you
all of my
on?
dinosaurs, so I had to go and get new ones.
When are you on?
I don't know. It
Oh, that's
changes.
helpful.
Yeah.
But I haven't I
Maybe
haven't
that's
been
why
on
nobody's
during the
playing with you,
weekend.
because you don't know when you're
No,
going to be on.
I'm usually on like in the evenings, but I don't stay up late because I work early. It's just bullshit.
Telling you, work, ruining everything.
It is.
Yeah.
It's
But you know
true.
what? I thought about it, and I actually didn't work all that last week.
Wow, so you're just a liar.
I worked.
What did you do?
Jumping on the work bandwagon.
I mixed up my weeks because it's been such a fucking like chaotic time that I just don't know what the fuck, what day is today. I thought
feel
it was
that.
Monday. I feel like I played something else. I started playing Soma.
Oh, I want to play that.
It's free.
The horror game, right?
Oh, that's right. I need to download that.
Yeah, it's free
Yeah,
on
it's a horror-
PSN.
I still don't understand what the fuck is going on in that game. All I know is like, don't let the robot see you.
That sounds about right.
Yeah,
Which, like,
yeah.
he sees me, and then I'm like, what the fuck do you? And then like he hits me, and I go flying.
Yeah, I've
Oh.
wanted to get that ever since it came out, but I've been waiting for a physical disc, and it never happened. But since
Well,
it's
they don't
free,
keep out
there you go.
free physical gifts.
You know what?
Gifts.
They
gifts.
should. They should do
Yeah.
that.
It doesn't really count as playing a game, and I know we're against Telltale right now.
Ooh,
But,
what have you done?
listen, on Netflix, they added that story mode for Minecraft thing. The like, you choose the adventure
Hmm.
thing.
Oh, it's a Telltale. You actually played a Telltale game.
It's not a game. Well, yeah, it's not
It's
really
half a game.
It's
It's
an
more like,
interactive
Hey, you
media.
need to make a sword. Do you
It's
wanna
like a
make
choose
sword
your
or
own
a pickaxe.
adventure book.
It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
I love those.
and you know what? Like the voice
I have
actress
Mario
for
Brothers
Ellie.
ones.
The voice actress for Ellie is in it, and she's pretty badass. And I was watching it, I was like, no, we can't watch this. Fucking Telltale suck dicks. But then I'm like, you know what? We need to watch this.
Look at it
because
this way: you're not supporting Telltale, you're supporting Netflix.
No. I was gonna say I'm supporting the people who are losing their jobs because of Telltale.
Oh wow,
like,
you
this is
you gotta
the
go
last-
extra deep.
Wow.
Yeah, like this is their last thing. Like they fucking like
Yes, it's their
stupid
swan
company.
song. At least somebody should watch it.
You know how much
Yeah.
money of that support they're gonna get? None.
Oof.
supporting them for morals, not for money.
Oh.
Damn.
Yeah, but,
Well, you know what they
but-
want? They want
Why should
money.
they have
They don't want your support.
Yeah,
Well,
money is pretty much
Yeah.
required.
They need
But
to
what
feed
if-
their
what if-
families. PSP.
What if you go? What if you don't watch it, and it turns out that the thing they worked on really sucked, and all those people should have been fired anyway? I'm just
What?
True. You got to do your
What, though?
research.
But you know what though? I
I'm just
stopped
kidding.
watching it.
Oh, was it bad?
No, it was
Oh.
pretty cool. You get to choose the character if it's a boy or a girl, and obviously I chose a girl because I was like, well, I don't know, it's more relatable that way. And then the second episode comes on, and it doesn't let me fucking choose. It just automatically puts the guy character.
What?
and it doesn't even pop up the, like, options to choose the adventure. So, like, I can't decide what he's doing. I'm stuck watching this guy when the story to me has been, like, the girl, so I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? And I can't stand the guy who does his voice, so I'm like, you know what? Sorry, voice actress for Ellie, but nope.
So is
That's so weird.
Is it just, like,
is it like a
broken?
glitch?
I think so. I think it's probably broken.
Wow. Well, the programmer should have been fired then.
Yeah, remember
Everyone's
those
fired, the
people?
company's-
Remember those people that you wanted to support? Well, they fucked up.
The guy who's been fired probably should get fired.
Well, guess what? He did.
deserved it.
Your wish came true.
Revengeance.
And the person firing everybody should also be fired.
Well, that sucks. I'm gonna have to check that out too. I was curious to see kind of how all that worked
It was
out.
pretty cool. Like, it's pretty cool because you're watching, like, it's Minecraft, but the way that they're moving and stuff, you're like, wow, okay. But it's like they're in the game, like they're in Minecraft. So it's like Minecraft
Ooh.
hack.
I wonder if that would be cool if you had like the VR.
No, probably not. Because you're watching the characters.
Oh, it's not like a first-person thing.
No.
VR for what?
Minecraft.
Minecraft doesn't have VR.
Oh, I would puke.
I'm
if
pretty
I
sure it
saw
does.
VR.
I'm pretty sure you're wrong.
I could be wrong.
I'm pretty sure everything has
You're wrong.
VR.
Right? I thought
No.
you could do. I thought technically anything you could rig for VR, couldn't you? Like if it would show.
I think kind of like I think you can watch things with the VR headset, but basically it just gives you like a movie theater kind of perspective because like you're just seeing like a really big screen in front of you. So I mean, if you want to call that VR, I guess.
Did you see the dancers in the VR chat? Like the guy who like dances in VR chats all the time. I want to set up like that where it's like super like it. You can detect like full body movements, like what the Kinect was supposed to do.
Piece of garbage.
You know how tired your arm would
Fucking
get with Minecraft VR though? Like constantly swing your arm.
Oh my
before you-
god, that'd be great.
But if you slow down ever so slightly, like your block doesn't break and you have to start over. And then like your parents come in and you're like sitting on the edge of your bed, fucking shaking the remote, but they can't see what you're doing. So they're like, "What are you doing?"
They actually managed to turn Minecraft into a fucking punishment for children. It's like, oh,
No.
you fucked up. Go play Minecraft.
Yeah, you didn't
You
do
guys,
your homework.
though,
Go upstairs
There
and play some
be all
Minecraft.
these 9-year-olds that are buff as hell.
Yeah, just one arm. Their right arm's like super buff. Their
Yeah,
left
but
one's
again,
Hey, arm day, man. Every day.
every day.
But again, that's gonna look like something else.
Yeah, it's gonna give the wrong message. They're gonna think your child has a problem.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, "What have you been doing in your room? Playing Minecraft?"
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
Is
like
that
a
what they're
cat
calling
man.
it these days?
I was trying to do my workouts, but I lost my fucking weight, so I just went to try to destroy obsidian. Fucking
Wow.
punch at that for hours.
So, how about you, Shayla? Any new games you've been playing? Old games, new games, games in general?
Unfortunately, I haven't been able to. I did get to like try a Switch, and I wasn't really that impressed with it.
Oh, really?
I don't know. Maybe it's just because I didn't know it was gonna be a port, like that it really is portable.
What? How did you not know that?
Because I didn't pay attention to the Switch.
Well,
I really
and,
did.
And I mean, it is, but it's only half portable. You can obviously plug it into a system and play it just like a normal console.
I'm being stubborn. I'm being stubborn at Nintendo.
Did you have like something against the Switch or something? Like, did it do something wrong to you?
Yes,
They didn't make Monster Hunter for it.
No,
Oh,
they
wait,
did.
they did.
They
Monster
did.
Hunter for the Switch.
Oh well, then what the
But
hell?
it doesn't
did you
have
against-
trophies.
No, I just don't want.
I just don't want it.
I
It
don't
seems
want
like
it.
a very complicated relationship you,
You know
have
what?
there.
I also hate
Yes.
the Nintendo Switch for no reason. So, whatever.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Honestly,
I'm like super against the
Ross is on my
Wii U.
side.
Well, Wii U was understandable.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, if that's what you said, if you just said that, like, you were completely burned by the Wii U, I would completely understand. Like, that's all you had to
exactly
say.
what happened.
But, I mean,
Exactly what happened.
the Switch, as it is, I mean, it's cool. You know, it'd be nice
Yeah.
if it was a little bit more powerful and had full HD support, but it's It's cool. It's a really good idea. I like the idea that I can have a home console that I can just take as a portable. Like, that's pretty cool. And from what I hear,
But the
it
PSP
does it well.
did that. I mean, not the PSP, the
Kind
Vita
of,
did that.
kind of. It
The
wasn't.
Vita.
It wasn't
The Vita was
natively
cool.
a console. You had to buy something else, and it wasn't 100% compatible. So it's not really the same thing.
It
Like
should have
everything,
been.
it could have been, it should have been, but it wasn't. But at
Yes,
least with the Switch, you know what you're getting. Like every game that you buy on that, you can play on the go. You can play on your TV. Like, it's a really cool idea.
Yeah,
But-
had Sony implemented the same idea as Nintendo, I'm pretty sure the Vita would have been a success for sure.
Oh yeah, 100%. So that was kind of a missed opportunity for them, and now the Vita's dead, which is really sad. But as far
I
as
still love
the
it.
reason that I don't like the Switch, I actually have one and I haven't even played it yet.
But what?
But my
The
problem.
reason I hate this thing is that I haven't tried it.
No, but I had to get it because Bayonetta's on it. Bayonetta 3 is going to be on it. And
Yeah, that's what I said about Bayonetta 2 until... And I bought a Wii U just for it. And now I have to buy a Switch just to play Bayonetta 3. And I will. I'm not saying I won't, but I will when Animal Crossing and Bayonetta 3 come. That's when I'll buy a Switch.
Yeah, the major
enough.
problems with the Switch is like the ports that you get, like the multi-platform games that you get, are typically a little bit scaled down. Not a lot, but a little bit. And the way that they're releasing their games is kind of shitty because, like, it's nice that they have a physical format with their little cartridges, but most of the time it sounds like either like half the game, like if it's a collection, like the Mega Man collections, or like Doom. So Doom, the full game is on the cartridge. The multiplayer you have to download. And then like with the Mega Man collection, some of the games are on the cartridge and some of them you have to download. It's kind of like the whole Spyro thing where like the first game's on the disc, everything else you have to download. That's a pretty common thing on the
See,
Switch.
that's another thing too, is Nintendo's getting more and more that way where it's almost like their video games, there's a service, and
Yeah.
they can take them away from you at any time. And
Yeah.
I just hate that.
Like they're actually worse than the other systems in that regard because since you're buying physical
So you're not
games
really
and they're
selling-
only half on the cartridge, there's literally no point in even releasing it on cartridge. Because if you have to download half of it anyway, what's the point? There is no point. Resident Evil Revelations 2, or Revelations Collection, is the same way, which really pisses me off. I think Revelations 2 is on the cartridge, and then you have to download the first one. It's fucking bullshit. So if you were to buy that used, it says Resident Evil Revelations Collection, but since you bought it used, it's only 2. What the fuck?
Yeah, you're not really selling me on the Switch. I'll buy it for Animal Crossing and Bayonetta 3. And
So
it.
that's the reason. One, you're buying it because it's cool to have a console that you can take on the go, and then you're buying it for the exclusives. You're getting it for Bayonetta, Smash, Mario, Zelda, Metroid. Like that's the reason you're getting it, and all those games are probably going to be worth it, unless
making a
Definitely.
unless you
Metroid.
have to download half of them.
They're making a new Metroid.
Yeah,
Yes, Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah, they announced it. And I think they're doing the collection of the first 3, but I think it's only digital. But yeah, Nintendo's been the worst about releasing things only digital and like double dipping with their physical media being half and half. That's my big problem with the Switch.
Fair enough. If only businesses could be going back in time and just give us physical
Yeah,
media.
I'll wait.
I wish, I really do.
If only. If only.
And
Alas.
Nintendo's the worst too as far as like their digital market, because like
The
the whole
Crossing is fine.
what's that?
Oh, I think I cut out.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, for a second there, you sound like a robot.
Yeah.
Like, Shayla's not human.
I knew it.
You found my true identity.
Beep boop bop.
Beep bop boop.
Now I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah. So the Nintendo eMarket, like eShop, whatever the fuck they call it, already as soon as the Switch came out, or at the back end of the Wii U, they completely shut down the Wii market for the original Wii. So every game that you bought digitally, gone. That's the big problem
Horrible.
with digital, and Nintendo's clearly aggressive about doing that kind of shit. So probably at the end of the Switch's life, whatever marketplace that the Wii U had is probably going to go away, and so on and so forth. So you can expect to rebuy Nintendo games over and over and over again as they release new hardware. That's bullshit.
You know what's really funny? So my boss really likes Nintendo, and she grew up with a Nintendo 64, so that's what she really likes. And she was asking me for 64 games, and I was like, well, you have a Wii, don't you? And she's like, yeah. And she's like, I'm like, we'll just go to the Wii shop and buy all the 64 games. And she's like, okay, cool. And she was like, hey, I just checked, and they literally just closed it last week. And I was like, are you kidding me? She's like, yeah, I would have dropped like $300 right there. And I was like, dang. And then what ended up happening is I went to Midwest Gaming Classic in Wisconsin, where it's like a big retro scene, and they have like tons of vendors with decently priced retro stuff. And so she just gave me like a ton of money and gave me a list, and I picked up all her stuff. And it's like Nintendo could have had like $300 easy, that instead I just went and bought her all the physical like games in a system. But like they could have had all that money themselves if they had just kept the market open.
Yep. But that's the thing. Nobody's going to do that forever.
No.
And clearly Nintendo's the first to acknowledge that.
That's true, but I think the reason that we're able to combat that is just the whole hacking the medium. So either PSP or the Switch now being hacked, so people are able to actually dump these games to their PC and be able to keep them. And I think this might force people to go this route more often now than having to buy the game and seeing that it may be obsolete in the next 2 to 3 years for whatever reason.
Yeah, which is really stupid. So the company is pushing the consumer to have to hack their shit and play ROMs. Why the fuck would you do that? That's so stupid. That's so counterproductive, because people are going to want to play these games, and if you're not willing to sell them and let us keep them, it's just natural progression that people are going to look for alternate methods to do that, and they're going to do it. It's not even that difficult at this point. I mean, you can hack all the NES and the SNES classics and throw a bunch of games on there.
Indeed.
It's stupid.
My friend did that. He got the NES Classic and just put an emulator on it, and now it plays like all kinds of shit.
Yeah, all those games that they took down from the Wii, now you can play for free on your NES Classic. It's so dumb.
Has anybody read any reviews for that mini PlayStation?
Garbage.
Oh, yeah, complete and total garbage.
That's awful.
I'm getting mine tomorrow.
But the only reason, I mean, the only reason for anyone to pick it up, if you're really into the hacking scene, then yes, that's probably the only reason. I don't see the point in releasing the PlayStation Classic when clearly the PSP or Vita can do exactly the same thing.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
I guess
I think you can get probably all those games on the Vita. Most of them officially, I think you can just download them.
Mm-hmm. So I guess they're just capitalizing on nostalgia and the form factor of the PlayStation 1, I guess.
Damn, that's sad.
They're not doing it right.
No,
yeah, Shayla, you missed it. We kind of talked about that in depth. I think it was last podcast, just because of all the listen to that, because there's a lot of problems with that thing. It's a fucking garbage truck on fire. It's really sad. Really cool idea, but execution was really bad.
How did you botch the execution? Is what I don't understand.
Exactly. It doesn't make any sense.
Lost opportunity.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. For me, I've been playing a whole buttload of Persona 4 dancing all night.
It's take you that kind of person.
It's stupid as hell, and I love it.
Okay.
It's a music rhythm game, so basically you have 3 input windows on the left, the left-hand side of the screen, and 3 on the right-hand side of the screen, and they correspond with the D-pad, up, left, and down, and then triangle, circle, and X. And then from the center of the screen, star icons kind of appear, and they start to spread out towards the buttons, and you have to press them as they kind of go underneath, the arrows and the X and square and triangle and all that. It's basically Dance Dance Revolution, but more complicated.
Busted Groove.
No, not really. Because that was more like kind of Simon Says, like battle stuff.
You should stream it. I want to see it. I want to play that game so bad.
I can do that. It's really good. But yeah, it's essentially Dance Dance Revolution, but you just use your controller. But it's really cool, and it's tied into like the Persona universe, so like the story actually ties into that, and I think it's actually canon, which is fucking weird.
Yeah, that's what's interesting. That's what's interesting about the Persona series is like the tie-in games, like the fighting game, are actually like part of the story.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Well, I think the fighting game crossover, and I think it's Persona Q. I think those are technically canon, but I think the story, like the individual story, is kind of like
they don't progress the story. But
yeah, like they're canon, but they're like a dream sequence, or like they devalidate themselves in some way. So it's like they are, but they're not. But Persona, the dancing series, is like actually 100% canon, which is very strange to me. But yeah, I got the collection. It's got Persona 3, 4, and 5. So I've been playing a bunch of that. It's really good. If you like rhythm games. If you don't, probably not so much. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've really been playing. I did start or restarted Always Sometimes Monsters again, because I lost my save. I don't know if you guys remember that, but I overwrote the autosave file, so I had to restart that.
I feel for you.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't too far in, so it's not a super big deal.
Okay.
But it's kind of interesting starting over though, because like now I have a better understanding of kind of what I'm doing and how the game works. Like I didn't realize the first 2 rooms that you're in, it's filled with a bunch of characters, and then whoever you talk to in the first 2 rooms determines like who the main 2 characters are going to be, and I didn't even realize that until I played it again. I know you. I know you figured that out the hard way.
Yeah, hi Shayla.
Hi.
And then like there was a scene where this guy's ex-girlfriend, she's trying to bring him some drugs after he's quit. And the first time I told her to fuck off, and she left, but she dropped the drugs on the ground, and then the guy found them later, so I pretty much failed. This time,
you should have taken them.
Well, yeah. This time I saw the drugs on the ground, and I picked them up. So not only did I save the guy from relapsing this time, but I sold that shit at the pawn shop and made some money because, you know, hashtag responsible. So yeah, that game's...
start that over as soon as possible.
That game's pretty cool. And that's pretty much all I've been playing.
Shayla just has to go back and listen to the podcast. I think I just said what happened.
Yeah, you should, for sure. It's an interesting tale.
Ugh.
One bad thing, though, about Persona Dancing All Night is, like, the story mode is pretty much awful. It's essentially just a visual novel. You probably have one actual session of gameplay every 15, 20 minutes of story, and all it is just, like, stills of characters talking for 15, 20 minutes at a time. So,
gotta be cheap.
Yeah, it's kind of cheaply done, but the voice acting is really good, and the art is really nice, but it's just kind of disappointing to see that there's not really a whole lot going on there for the story mode. But there's free play, and you can just pick your songs and play it that way, and that mode's a lot of fun. And I've only played 3. I haven't played 4 or 5. They might have changed some of that. I'm not too sure.
Hopefully it is.
I hope so. That would be cool. I'd like to see a little bit more for the story mode. It seems kind of like a missed opportunity if they had built it like a Persona game where it's like not really an open world, but you know, like you have towns and exploration and dungeons and stuff like that, but the battles were actually just the rhythm game. That would have been really cool.
That would have been interesting to see.
But that probably takes 3 or 4 times the budget that they actually spent, so I get it.
Yeah, that probably turned into a legitimate Persona game.
Yeah, exactly. So, oh well. Maybe one day. Maybe if these games do good enough, they'll be able to invest more money and time into it, but we'll see. But if you guys like rhythm games, definitely check it out. It's really good. Alright, so now that we've covered that, let's jump into some news. Like I said, Game Awards are going on, so they've been announcing a couple of games here and there. They announced Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, which is cool. It's been 10 years since Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 came out. Long overdue sequel. That was a pretty big release there. Have you guys played that one?
No, unfortunately, I have not.
I've never played it.
Team Ninja is actually developing this one, which is kind of weird.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Team Ninja, but that's typically the game that they make, the kind of game that they make.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, that gives me hope that it'll at least play really well. I mean, the combat and stuff like that from the trailer looked pretty cool. But it's kind of topical that it's exclusive to Switch. So I guess maybe that's another reason to get a Switch. I don't know. I played a little bit of the first one. I didn't really play much of the second one. So I'm not like super excited about it, but I mean, it might be worth checking out. My problem with it is that it looks exactly like Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, which is not a compliment in any way.
No.
Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite looks pretty terrible. The character designs are very uninspired. So they took those... It looks like those exact same character models. They took those and just moved them over. As far as like not only the graphics, but the design too. It looks exactly the same, which I really don't like.
My other concern is, like, Team Ninja, I don't know how many of them are still, like, veterans from, like, Ninja Gaiden 2, you know?
Oh,
like,
yeah,
is it
I'm
even
pretty sure it's 90% a new team, which is concerning.
Yeah, so I would be sort of worried that it would fall into, like, a little bit of the Dynasty Warriors category kind of type, where it's, like, sort of a little button mashing.
Oh, like, what do they call it? Like, Muso or whatever the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it very well could be. I mean, from the trailer, it didn't look like that. It looked like it was a more, like a smaller space with less enemies that you're fighting. But, I mean, it's hard to tell from the little bit that they showed. Hopefully it's good.
Because, yeah, I sort of dropped off after Ninja Gaiden 3.
That game was
so
not
I haven't
good.
really been following, and I haven't really been following them. I mean, it's weird because my opinion of Ninja Gaiden 3 is that it's more so that it's bad comparatively to 2.
Well,
it's
not even
an
just 2,
unplayable,
just in
broken
general.
game, and I'm sure people could get enjoyment out of it, but if you're expecting like a game as good as Ninja Gaiden 2, you're not going to get it.
Yeah, it's like if you bought Ninja Gaiden 3 and you were expecting 2, but you got Ninja Blade.
Yeah.
Which also is a good game, but not if you were expecting Ninja Gaiden.
Yes. So, and I actually enjoyed Ninja Blade.
No, I did too. That's what I'm saying. But if Ninja Blade was Ninja Gaiden 3 or 4, I would have been just as disappointed.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. If Ninja Gaiden 3 was a different game entirely, it was just some other ninja game, good game.
You guys are saying ninja a lot. It's making me want to play this ninja game I used to have on the original Xbox.
It's like the Resident Evil syndrome, where they're releasing some good games, but they're not really Resident Evil games. You know, they don't live up to your expectation as to what that's going to be.
You know what, though? Like, I've heard, I'm not disagreeing with you, but I've heard a lot of people complain about, like, all the new games and how they're not survival horror and they're not very Resident Evil. And I totally agree with some of them, but, like, Revelations got shat on a lot, saying, like, you know, it's nothing like Resident Evil. But honestly, like, you get stuck somewhere, you can't get out, there's fucking creatures and, like, monsters and shit. That's pretty much my definition of survival horror.
Well, when you think that Resident Evil 5 is the old school Resident Evil...
That guy was fucking stupid, and I hope he died somewhere. I hope he drowned in his coffee.
Damn.
Whoa, that escalated.
Good savagery.
If it makes you feel better, Jazz, a lot of the people in the, like, that were more hardcore survival horror, or more hardcore Resident Evil fans, it seemed like most people actually praised Revelations for being, like, the closest that Capcom's, like, you can tell they're actually attempting to try to return it. Like, a lot of people actually did. I feel like in some ways I felt Revelations actually missed the mark a lot, even though I didn't think it was a bad game. But I do see what they were going for. Like, they were actually trying, which was kind of nice to see, and a lot of fans did actually applaud it for, like, making a honest attempt and doing really well at trying to recreate what Resident Evil, like, the more spooky atmosphere.
Yeah, like, you're alone somewhere, except instead of a mansion, you're on a boat, which I find is worse because you could just fucking leave the mansion.
Yeah,
you're just trapped. You could just jump off the boat.
No, because some asshole blows up their boat.
You can swim.
But if there's zombie sharks, you don't know that.
Yeah, motherfucking zombie sharks. Zombie
Fucking
dolphins.
zombie sharks. And this is
I
Jill,
would
so
say
she
that's
knows
ridiculous,
zombie
but
sharks
it's a real
exist.
thing.
Yeah, Jill's like, yeah, Parker was probably like, hey, we could just jump and swim a little bit. And Jill's like, yeah, no.
She's
seen
like,
shit,
I
dude.
lost a friend to a zombie shark, okay?
It's a sore spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Revelations was a pretty good compromise, I feel. You know, it's a little bit more action-oriented, kind of like Resident Evil 4 was, but it does a good job keeping the horror and like the pacing like the older games.
The Mercenaries mode was really cool, too.
I feel like it was better in Revelations 1 than 2.
Oh, I
2
thought we were talking about 1.
2 was, well, I thought we were just kind of talking about both in general.
No, Revelations 2, that's a different story.
But 2, they tried to do too much, I feel like. It feels like there's a lot of stuff there, but it's it's not original and it's really repetitive.
They were like, first they took Claire, so like, that's fine, like, Claire's awesome, but it's not Claire, because it's a different Claire.
Yeah, that's not Claire.
And they're like,
you shut up.
Here's a young girl for you to watch over, and she's like, oh, okay. Oh, and by the way, you're on an island. Oh, okay.
That sounds
and
familiar.
all your friends are gonna die, and you're gonna be a zombie, except this time there's some bitch talking to you through jewelry. Oh, okay.
Jewelry?
Like, why is Claire, like, how has she not jumped off a bridge yet? It's like, seriously, like, her brother is a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit. And then, fucking, no. Like, if it was me, and I was on that island, and it zooms out, and you notice you're on an island, I would literally just jump in the water, and, like, smash against the fucking rocks. Be like, bye, Mara!
That's what I said with the boat.
Like, what even happened? I if that wasn't the funniest fucking thing in Resident Evil ever, too, is like all of a sudden in Resident Evil 6 making Chris a weird alcoholic with PTSD. Like, what the fuck was that?
Probably like the Redfields have a long line of alcoholics.
What's sad is that idea would have been good if the reasons behind it were different.
Yeah.
Like,
but they weren't.
He's been through and lost more important people than those fucking generic soldiers.
Yeah, that's why it didn't make any sense.
Why the hell did he all of a sudden break because he lost these fucking randos?
Yeah. My best friend for the longest time randomly disappeared somewhere in Africa, so I'm gonna go to Africa and hang out with Wesker.
Your sister has almost died like fucking 10 times.
Your boss fucking, like,
your boss tried to kill you.
Yeah, it was giant mutant zombie monsters.
Yeah, and then Claire calls him like, hey, I'm on an island again, and he's like, fuck this, goes to the bar, fucking gets drunk, goes on, like, riding that stupid panda thing, he's like, wee.
The best part of the game.
In the park riding the panda.
It's even funnier if you think about, like, all of Chris's campaign, which was garbage. You think of the whole thing being, like, Chris's drunk trip, like, nothing's actually happening. So he's, like, riding the panda, but really he's just, like, sitting on a homeless guy.
Wow.
He's just like riding, like the guy's just like, what's going on?
China's infected! Oh, there's plane crashes!
That'd be great. He's fucking hallucinating.
There's an invisible snake!
He's just rocking back and forth on the panda, but he's like thinking that he's like shooting all the Juavos and going through the campaign, but he
thinks he's on like a fucking motorcycle.
Oh my god.
He's like, same with Claire. She's like, I'm on an island again. No, you're not. Look out, it's a zombie. It's a tourist.
That's a paper towel.
It's a paper towel. These goddamn paper towels.
It's
and
infected.
we had the longest ongoing joke every time we went to eat like pho or sushi. Is that like we went in our cosplays after a convention and we were still like the Resident Evil. And as soon as somebody ordered a thing of tofu, I can't remember like if it was me or my friend that was Claire, but like she started screaming. Like everybody was like, kill it! And we were like stabbing it with the chopsticks.
Poor tofu!
You just imagine
he was just trying to survive!
I know, why you gotta kill him?
Claire, like fucking like tofu just showing up on her plate and she starts crying for no reason.
He was my friend!
There's a fanfiction somebody wrote on fanfiction.net, and it's just like Leon X Tofu, and it's just really retarded.
Oh my god.
Squish, Leon.
Alright, so from there, let's go into the next story. Fucking tofu porn. Jak and Daxter Remastered is coming to PS4 in physical form via limited run games. So Jak and Daxter, Jak 2, Jak 3, and Jak X Combat Racing were released on PS4 about a year ago, but were only digital. So through a partnership with Limited Run Games, also our partner, lol, just kidding, all 4 titles will be released on disc and have collector's editions. The first collector's edition comes with the game, a full-color manual, reversible cover art, a 90-page foil-stamped hardcover book, a physical soundtrack, a replica of a precursor orb, an 18 by 24 inch poster, a pack of foil trading cards, a 16 gigabyte USB drive shaped like a PS2 memory card, and the collector's box.
Does it come with the game?
And a brand new car.
Game not included.
The first one has already gone on sale and sold out, but the remaining 3 titles will be released over the next 6 months and will be highly collectible. So if you're a collector, definitely get on this. Yeah. For those who actually buy all 4 titles, they're going to be sent an official box for the canceled Jak 4, so that'll be a pretty cool collector's item. Even though it'd be better if they, actually put Jak 4 in it.
Jak in the box.
That'd be awesome if the 4 re-releases sold enough that it was enough for them to make Jak 4. That would have been really cool.
That'd been amazing.
But it's still cool to have like a little nod to the canceled game. But yeah, definitely look up that collector's edition. It's really cool. And then Telltale Games The Walking Dead, the final season returns on January 15th. And all previous seasons have been returned to digital stores on most platforms. So I'm not sure which platforms aren't getting the other seasons returned, but I guess not everybody's going to be getting them, so that's kind of weird. You'd think that if they had the licenses, they'd be able to restore it for all platforms. I'm not really sure what the restrictions would be on that. But do yourself a favor, buy it on physical disc, and you don't have to worry about that. And Mortal Kombat 11 was announced. Anybody excited about that?
I'm indifferent.
I like Mortal Kombat.
I like it too. I'm curious to see what they do with it. I will say the more recent Mortal Kombats I've played, or even just stuff from that studio, they've done a really good job of making a cool story mode for a fighting game. Like,
yeah, I hope they put the attention to detail that they did for Injustice. Like if they use that graphics engine, that would be fucking amazing because that game looks incredible. And if they do that kind of a story structure,
yeah,
then I'll actually be really excited about the new one. But
I
all they really showed was a trailer. It was all CG, so I mean, there's no way to know what the game looks like or what their intentions are. But it's weird because the trailer, like, it had Scorpion and Raiden fighting, and like it was really brutal. Like they were fucking stabbing each other through the fucking mouth and constantly shoving like a huge sword all the way through like their torso and stuff. And like no one was dying. Like blood was going everywhere, and these should have been like killing blows over and over again. And then Raiden kills Scorpion, and then Scorpion kills Raiden. Like he comes back and kills Raiden, so it's really weird.
But
I don't really know. I mean, yeah, but
Mortal Kombat.
But no, it's just weird. Like I'm assuming that has to do with the gameplay in some form, where like you kill the other person and they come back, or I don't know. It was really weird. I don't know what they were trying to get across with the trailer, but it was very confusing.
Like the movie.
The movie was good.
I liked the first movie.
The first one was good. The second one's such garbage. Paul Anderson, fuck you.
So many good one-liners.
Did you have in the news for the newest Smash character announcement? Because I thought it was kind of weird until I found more about it. So the newest Smash character they announced is Joker for Persona 5.
That is random as hell.
That's what I said. I was like, it doesn't even make any sense because.
What do you mean? It's a Smash. Get everyone into the game.
Everything's had a very loose tie to a Nintendo system or something having to do with Nintendo. Except for I thought Cloud was a weird decision because like, what the hell? I mean, I love Cloud, but like, you should pick someone from Final Fantasy 1 through 5, please, or 1 through 6, please. Like, anyway, but supposedly, from what I've heard, the reason Joker's going to be in it is because some of the people who work on Persona games have helped with making Smash. So that was the reasoning.
That's equally weird. Why?
Yeah. I guess because the team helped. I don't know. That was like the reward for doing
No, why?
work on.
Like, how did that come about? Oh, well, we could certainly use some help in developing this game. Let's get some Persona people?
Yeah, I don't know.
Weird. That's cool, though.
Me-
It's cool to see, like, a really diverse cast in Smash. You know, you get,
Yeah.
like, Mega Man and Sonic and Mario
Yeah.
and Snake and now this Persona dude. Like, it's cool
Well,
to see
and
all that
I do
variety.
have to say, his design is pretty slick. I've always the Persona 5 character designs are fucking.
That's cool. I hope they continue to do this and start branching out to different games through like the DLC. Even though I don't want them to fucking do DLC because it's garbage, but they're gonna do it anyway. So hopefully with the DLC they are like really creative about who they bring in. I mean,
I was
don't
really
they
happy
have
about
every Nintendo character imaginable in it already anyway? I mean, what are they gonna do for DLC? They're gonna have to reach out.
I was really happy about the Castlevania characters.
Yeah, that's really cool. I'm glad they did that. It's about fucking time. You think they would have done that a long time ago.
Yeah.
You think Castlevania would be before Sonic and Mega Man.
You know what? Simon's a OP or OG brawler because there was that wacky Smash clone on the PS1, and it was like it had Transformers.
What?
Yeah, it had Transformers, Konami characters, Barbie,
What?
and some other like random like properties associated with like children's toys or
You have to give
entertainment.
me a name. I need to see this game.
Okay, I'll get it for you. Yeah, it's Simon. It's a Smash ripoff game, and there's even like a baby that farts and stuff.
What the
And
hell?
it's a Smash ripoff brawler game, and Simon Belmont is in it. So
That's
he's been
super
like
weird.
that type of. He's been in that type of game before.
Interesting. Yeah, I want to know what that is.
It's Japan only, but yeah, I'll find that title. Yeah.
Oh, that makes more sense. But yeah, I want to see what the hell that's about. So the next bit of news is something I like to call, what the fuck is going on with Bethesda?
Bethesda? Oh, so
Yeah.
special.
So we talked about how Bethesda started off by releasing a broken game and how everybody's all pissed off about that. And then there was the matter of the collector's edition shipping with a cheap knockoff bag instead of the nice canvas bag, which they didn't even tell anyone about. Then Bethesda responded to upset customers by offering a refund at first and then stopping that. Then Bethesda offered a shitty 500 atoms to those who were unhappy with the shitty bag, which is equal to $5, which, by the way, isn't even enough to buy the version of the canvas bag that's in the game. The bag in the game cost 700 atoms and they gave you 500. And now Bethesda has offered to replace the crappy nylon bags with the canvas bags, which means what? They can actually make the nice bags but just didn't?
Yeah.
And then it's also worth noting that when Bethesda sent out the review copies of the collector's edition to publications and influencers, those versions had the nice canvas bag in it. But wait, there's more. To get your replacement canvas bag, you need to go to Bethesda's support website and submit a ticket, which includes your receipt, your address, your contact info. Well, there's a bug on the website that when you submit your ticket, you gain admin access to the website, which shows you everyone's ticket, which includes personal information such as name, address, phone number, and all kinds of other personal information. It even allows you access to close and modify other people's tickets. Not even just tickets regarding the canvas bag, but all Bethesda support tickets. What a fucking disaster.
That's ridiculous.
Bethesda making buggy games and buggy support.
And ruining their brand. The glitch,
Hard.
Yeah, big time. The glitch has been fixed, but I mean, the personal information has already been leaked, and who knows what kind of damage this has done to their support system. Not to mention their public perception.
Yeah.
Like if they
All that
keep
good-
fucking up like this, they're gonna be done.
Well, we'll see about that. I mean, Bethesda is on fire right now, but I don't think they're going to be receiving any goodwill for quite a long, long time.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long road to redemption for them.
Oh, yeah.
Somehow EA is still alive despite all that bullshit they did.
They have money.
Yeah, well, I mean Bethesda does too, but not nearly as much.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
even at least EA made like one really big fuck up. Bethesda's just mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake, and it's like all different shit. It's like
Yeah.
they lied to their consumers, they false advertised, they leaked information. I mean, that's a big one. That's how you can lose people forever and get legal action and shit like that. Like, that's really serious.
Oh, I mean, there was legal action supposed to be happening. I think there was a class action lawsuit supposed to be
but that was a different
right now.
issue. That was for the false advertising, for them releasing the wrong product, basically. That's what that lawsuit was for. Now they have another potential lawsuit coming up alongside that.
Yep.
So they could have 2 lawsuits going on. I mean, one of their flagship series, they fucking essentially ran into the ground and destroyed. It's not good. And
Not at all.
It's really sad, too, because Bethesda's awesome. I've always liked Bethesda, and they control some really good properties, like The Evil Within, and obviously Fallout, and Elder Scrolls. It sucks.
Oh, well.
I knew Fallout 76 was going to be bad, but fuck. I had no idea.
Look, as soon as they told me that they're going to release a game, they had a beta 2 weeks prior to release. That told me everything. It was going to be a buggy mess, but I never thought it'd be this bad, as you said.
It was the beginning of the end.
Basically.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what steps they take next.
What will you do, Bethesda?
They
What
better
will you
start
do?
giving away free games and free currency for Fallout, and start making some pretty impactful company-wide statements, and they need to start doing a lot, and they need to start doing it now.
Now that I think about it, that's another thing about the company. They don't make any kind of level of statement. They've been pretty quiet about every other issue or, related mess. If they have anything to say, it's very, okay, we got it fixed. There's no level of apologies to consumer or anyone at all.
Yep, it's like they're just kind of hoping that it's going to blow over, and they're not taking any responsibility. They're not owning up to the blame. They're just like,
Not
oh, well,
at all.
I mean, it sucks that this happened. Sorry. Here's the bare minimum that we can do for you. That's not a good look.
No, it's not. And, well, this is what you reap,
It's definitely coming
Hopefully
back
they
to
learned.
bite them.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, on that topic I mentioned before about that game, I looked up and I realized I need it too. It's called DreamMix TV World Fighters, and
That's
it's
a great
Konami,
name.
Takara, and Hudson, and it has Snake in it.
Oh my god! What the hell? How did I not know about this?
Right? It's on the. I know what it wasn't on the PS1. It's on the GameCube or the PS2. It has Bomberman. It has Yugo from Bloody Roar. It has the dude from Adventure Island. It has a Moe head from Gradius. It has Simon Belmont, Solid Snake, the Twin Bee ship, and then the Takara stuff is all toys. But that also means they have Megatron, and they call him Convoy in Japan, but it's fucking Optimus Prime. And it's not Barbie. I guess it's just like a Japanese version of Barbie. But I need this
Barbie.
game.
Yeah, you need after the show. You need to link me to that. I need to.
Right?
I need to track this down and get it like immediately. Fucking weird.
I know, it's awesome. Solid Snake versus Optimus Prime.
That's great.
And have
Clearly, Snake's gonna win. He's fought Metal Gear.
They have a big shell stage.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then next we got Ubisoft is forcing you to use your club points. I don't know if you guys are even aware that Ubisoft has a point system or not, but for those of you who do play Ubisoft games like Far Cry, Assassin's Creed, Rainbow Six, and so on, you probably know that as you play these games you unlock sort of achievements which earn you like a currency that can be used to buy in-game content, and also get you like discounts and stuff for buying games through Ubisoft. And these points stack up and kind of just sit in your account, and then you can use them whenever you want to, which is nice. Sometimes you don't even realize you're getting them, and then you go into the next Ubisoft game and then you have all these points and you can just buy a bunch of content and start the game off like that, which is kind of cool. You can get like outfits, weapons, just all kinds of things like that. But starting on April 1st, 2019, you'll no longer be able to sit on your points. Points will start to expire 24 months from the date that the points are earned. So say like you killed 10 targets in Assassin's Creed and that earns you an achievement worth 100 points. And then you did this on like April 1st, 2019. Those points will automatically disappear from your account if they're not used by April 1st, 2021. And I mean, yes, they give you 2 years to redeem them, but that's just one more thing for you to forget about and be punished for. And like, who knows, before you know it, 24 months becomes 12, and then 12 months becomes 6 months. It's just bullshit. It's not hurting them to keep a number on an account. you know, and just let people
You know
use it
that-
whenever they want to. Who cares?
GameStop deleted all my points.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly. GameStop's a good example. And they've also got that auto redemption thing. So like once I hit a certain threshold, they'll automatically redeem my points for like a gift certificate, and then that gift certificate expires in like 2 weeks. And they don't notify you when that happens. And I've gone in there to turn off that automatic redemption thing 4 times, and it keeps turning back on. That's fucking bullshit.
You know what annoys me the most is I never, ever, ever used my GameStop points for store. I never used it for money, and I never used it for like Think Geek or anything like that. I always saved my points because I liked getting like the shit they get for free, like the posters or the promotional keychains or the like promo kit stuff. Like I always used it for shit they were gonna get for free anyway, so it's not even like I was like using it for money, or you know what I mean. Like I was so annoyed that they would delete it when it's like I wasn't even using it for anything that they were like.
But even if you are using it for like store credit, I mean, 2 things. One, that's going to get you back into the store, and you know, you typically get a $5 or $10 gift certificate.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to spend more money. So they're going to make money from that. You know, and
Why take it away?
and you factor in like how much money you have to spend to get that shit in the first place. Like you have to spend a lot of money before you get to see like any amount of points that are worth anything. So for them to do this kind of shit, it's really shady and really fucked up. There's no reason for it.
I think we've come to the level where we should be expecting this now. There's no any level of surprise at this point.
Yeah, it sucks. Like everything's becoming like subscription based, plan based, and then they roll out programs like this. It's like, oh well, your currency in this marketplace is going to disappear. Great. You know, when things are just physical and you go there and you buy them from a store and there's not a marketplace thing, like you have control over what you do and what happens to you. Your money's in your pocket. The item that you want is on the shelf. You exchange goods. Done. It's simple, it's easy, and it's controllable. Like things are just getting out of control now with all these subscriptions and marketplaces and programs that they're rolling out. It's just a mess.
It's become such a mess, and you're right. And it's all becoming due to greed. Everyone wants to have the increased revenue and profit shares and whatnot, and biggest culprit, investors. So,
Yeah.
gotta keep them happy in order to make games and whatnot nowadays.
So the next one is topical. Epic Games has announced a digital game store to rival Steam, and Epic is only taking 12% of the revenue split compared to Valve's 30%. And after the Game Awards, they've already announced some exclusives and early access deals that they're already getting. And plus, it's Epic. I mean, they've got deep pockets, and everybody knows who the hell Epic is right now.
I don't.
So, wow, they do Fortnite. But so I mean, with that brand name and that revenue split, I mean, they have a really good chance to take over Steam, which Steam hasn't had any competition pretty much ever.
Yeah, Steam has been more or less monopolizing the entire industry for its own service. But I think Steam's are trying to do something about that as well. They said they would reduce their take if it meant certain sales, and they would give more to the publisher or developer after being, let's say, $10 million in sales. They would give them more revenue share.
Yep. Yeah, so I think the best split that you get if you do reach those sales markers, I think was 25%. So Valve would still take 25% of your profit, where just right out the gate, Epic's only going to take 12.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big difference. So I mean, that's really going to be appealing to publishers and developers. So I mean, they're fulfilling that part of the market, and then as far as like reaching consumers, it's fucking Epic Games. Everybody trusts Epic. Everybody knows who Epic is. Half the world is playing their games right now. So it'll be interesting to see if they actually can overtake Steam. I mean, it's going to take a long, long time because Steam is so established and people have thousands of games that were purchased through their store. So I mean, they're obviously not going to disappear overnight. But it'll be interesting to kind of see what that does to their marketplace. A lot of people hate Steam, but it's all they have.
That's all they have.
So
It's true.
It'll be cool to see kind of what they do with that. Not that I give a shit, because it's all digital garbage, but it's interesting. And this is concerning too for me because now we have the Epic Store, we got Steam, we have GOG, Xbox Marketplace, PlayStation Store, Nintendo eShop, and there's more than that out there. Even places like Twitch, Discord, and just individual companies like EA. Like everybody has a marketplace where you can buy digital content. At this point, there's probably more places you can buy digital than you can buy physical, because like they're all shutting down. I mean, what do we have right now? We got Walmart, Target, GameStop, and that's like it. And then some mom and pop shops here and there. So like it's getting even easier to get digital than it is to get physical. I mean, you can always, of course, buy through Amazon or online, but still, it seems like every single day the scale tips more and more towards digital.
Even the dollar store has PS4 games.
That'd be amazing.
I saw Titanfall 2 for like $3.
Are you serious?
Store.
Wait,
Yeah.
Jazz, did you see any for the PS4? Because I've been looking for one of those and I cannot find any.
Yeah, the Dollarama right here in Blackbird.
Can you please buy me one?
Yeah, I'll go
Thank
tomorrow. They have it for the Xbox One too.
That's okay. I just need it for the PlayStation 4, please.
Yeah, no problem.
I feel like the
Thank you
dollar
very
store
much.
would carry Wii U games.
Maybe one day. They'll
No,
sell
they
fucking
should now.
consoles.
Those things are going to be worthless. But yeah, that's all I had for news. We're running a little bit over, but anybody else? Yeah, just a tiny bit.
Okay, so I got one piece of news is GameSpot. We're going right back to these guys. These special guys are in a hole. They have lost a total of $500 million.
Whoa.
I thought you said GameSpot at first. I'm like,
No,
what?
no, GameStop. My apologies.
GameStop. Yeah, no, you're fine.
Mhm. Having to lose that much money. Granted, they could have lost far more, but they decided to sell off one of their cell phone service carriers for roughly around $700 million to keep them afloat.
Ooh.
So, with this kind of news, what are they gonna do? Because clearly they're not making any money,
They're
and
not selling games.
and clearly they're not doing it the right way. Because I don't really go to GameStop anymore because it's actually very annoying. I can't
Mhm.
just go in, buy a game without being pestered by some pre-orders or this or that, or I just want the game. Here's my money. I'm gonna leave.
Yep,
I had to
they
look
make that
for
whole
5
concept that I just said. Like you go in there and you want your game, you give them the money, and you have your game, and you're good. They ruin that
Yes.
concept because
They ruined that very
they
simple
do. They want to
concept.
be like, oh well, do you want a protection plan? You want the power up card? Blah blah blah. What do you want to pre-order? Fuck you. Just give me my game. If I want that shit, I will ask you.
I will ask you. That's basically
And
it. So
yeah, like the other day, yesterday in fact, I went into GameStop to get my shitty PlayStation Classic, and I didn't even get it because I had to stand in line for 20 minutes. But the problem
What?
is there were 3 customers in the fucking building, but they're so slow and incompetent that's how long it takes for them to fucking do their job.
They also
Like,
treat their staff like shit.
Oh yeah,
I agree.
for sure, yeah. 100%.
I've worked on and off for that company since I was a teenager. And the only time I ever had a good experience at a GameStop was in Colorado, and that was only because the people I worked with were actually...
Yeah, that company is garbage. And needless to say, I didn't even get my PlayStation Classic because I fucking had to go to work. Like I figured, hey, I'll swing by before work, I'll pick up my PlayStation Classic, it'll be fine. Nope, couldn't even get it. So I fucking left. That was a really frustrating experience. And also just being in there, the store is now completely split 50-50. So the left side of the store, games. The right side of the store, garbage. T-shirts, collectibles, things like that. Like some of that stuff is cool, but it looks like a fucking garbage heap because there's just so much crap all over the place. Like even if you wanted to find a collectible that was relevant to your tastes, good fucking luck. It's a mess.
The
And
one here
nobody
doesn't
goes
even have
there.
half the store with games. It's literally
Yeah,
like a
nobody
corner.
goes
it took
there-
me 5 minutes to find them.
Nobody goes there thinking, oh, I'm going to buy some collectibles. They go there to buy a game. It's GameStop, not collectible stop. That's just such
Actually-
a shitty business model.
The very first time I ever worked for GameStop, it wasn't even GameStop yet. It was
EB?
Babbage's,
Oh,
because software, etc. Because they were more about like half the store was like PC games and PC software, and then the other half was consoles. And when basically it took a shift around the time that the PlayStation 2 came out, and more people were getting PS2s, and consoles became more
Prevalent.
then they changed to GameStop and got rid of all their PC software, which
Good.
I mean makes sense because PC was moving in a different direction. Yeah.
Oh, you don't say. What's that?
So yeah, GameStop is now hurting pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, I talked about this a couple podcasts ago. They've been in trouble for quite a while, and it's just getting worse and worse. And as their service gets worse and digital gets better, more convenient, more accessible, they're going to quickly fade away.
Yeah.
And there's literally no redeeming quality at this point to going to GameStop. The big focus for going into like a brick and mortar store is the experience. Oh, you get to talk to somebody about a game and get recommendations, and you have a person-to-person interaction, and that's kind of nice. But you dread going to GameStop because you're going to get fucking harassed. And since half the game store is just collectibles and they don't really carry video games anymore, you're probably not even going to find what you went there to get in the first place. It's just a waste of time at this point.
Mm. And I mean,
part
it
of
used to
it
be pretty
too.
fun.
Part of it too is that they're I don't know. They just hire awkward kids and tell them to tell them how to do what to say instead of teaching them how to be actual salespeople and find out what does someone want, because when I worked for a game store, I would just go talk to people, and sometimes you do get that mom buying a game for their kid, and the insurance plan actually is a good idea to sell to them because their kids are probably going to scratch it or break it, and but then you see the guy going over there picking up Resident Evil 5. I don't need to hassle him about protection plans or anything like that. I might ask him about a game I'm legitimately interested in to see if he knows about it and have a actual conversation. But these other kids are just but do you know about this? Do you want a membership plan? It's $14.99, and if you buy this right now, you it's
what they want is robots. They want people to just say,
them how to
read this script, pitch these things. That is all. But you need to be able to do a case by case kind of a situation. Like you said, okay, there's a kid, the kid's running around the store, whatever. Offer them a fucking protection plan. Kid's probably going to break the disc. He's hyper. He's a piece of shit. Fuck him. And then you have the guy that's buying, maybe they're buying a system. They're buying 5 games or something like that. That might be an opportunity to bring up the power-up card. It's hey, you're spending a lot of money. You're going to get a lot of points. You probably come here pretty often, and you can take advantage of this program. Did you want to do that? That makes sense. There's been times when I worked at GameStop where I would offer things when it made sense. It's oh, well, you're trading in all these games, you're buying all these used games. If you get the power-up card, it's going to pay for itself right now, today, or it's going to cost you $2, and then you're going to save down the road. It makes sense. You can tailor it to the experience on a customer-by-customer basis, and there should be nothing wrong with that. But if you work for GameStop and you take that approach, you're going to get fired.
Remember when me and you were always customers at GameStop all the time, and we walked in, and Dwayne's hey, are you going to get Catherine? And I'm yeah, I already pre-ordered it. He's I figured it was some weird shit I never heard of, so I figured you were going to want it.
You tell me that kind of shit too. And that's what you want. You want that, the people there know you, and they know what you like, and they can offer you things based on your taste. That's cool. That's what you want when you go to a retail establishment. That's the good experience.
Talking about getting something before the boom. Remember when Dwayne was hey, you're the one person that reserved Dark Souls. You want this promotional poster that we had on the wall? He's you're the only person that bought it. So here you go.
That's crazy to think about that. Oh, this game that nobody knows about, Dark Souls.
Yeah.
That's
He
funny.
gave me the plastic display thing off the wall because they were switching them out, and he's yeah, you're the one person here that reserved it, so you can have it. I was yes.
They don't even get that cool shit anymore, the standees and the cool posters, all that's
they don't have money.
Yeah, they can't afford it. It's true.
Pretty much.
Yeah, especially Maple, you bringing up that whole them selling off their cell phone program. That's crazy. that when they purchased that, like that was the only thing that prevented them at the time from going out of business right then and there. So the fact that they're in the place where they had to sell that just to stay afloat, they are fucked.
Bye, GameStop. Goodbye.
Yeah, bye-bye. At this point, it's just a matter of time. I mean, they even tried to sell, and they couldn't. Nobody wanted to buy them.
Yeah. It's their fault. They suck. They're not... They treat their employees like crap. Like, there's so many accounts of employees, and it's not just dumb young teenagers being like, yeah. They actually do kind of take advantage of the fact that a lot of the people that want to work there are young dumb kids that it's their first job and they love video games, so they want to work there. So there's a lot of things, just like how they treat their employees and scheduling and expectations and all this stuff, and because they are an as-is employer, they can treat their employees like shit, and people stay there because they're like, I love video games, it's the best job ever.
But it's not.
But yeah, and their employees are treated like shit. It's like one of the worst jobs I've ever had, and the only reason I kept going back and I stayed there was because I actually liked going and talking about video games and selling video games. And I always tried to, like, even though I was kind of a shill in the sense that, like, I would try to I was good at getting numbers and stuff, but it was because I knew, like, who to ask and what to ask, and not just to, like, you want a pre-order? Hey, before you check out, I know I haven't really done anything for you other than ask if you wanted some help, but now that you're trying to leave, do you want to, like, buy this? What about this? Do you want to pre-order anything? I know I haven't talked to you, but I'm just going to ask you all these questions before you, because, you know, I know you want the game, so okay, fine.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's...
Shaun.
Yeah.
Maple has to leave.
Oh, it's kind of long anyway.
Yeah, we're running over anyway, so we'll go ahead and wrap it up. So, we'll go into updates real quick. Maple, you can take off, that's fine.
Excellent. I do apologize, everyone. I will have to leave a little bit early, but I'm sure even without me, you guys will be able to continue on the cast without any problem.
Alright, man. Well, thanks for joining us. Hopefully we'll see you next week or in a later episode.
Next week, indeed. Same time, everyone. Everyone have yourself a good day, and yeah, peace out.
Alright, see ya.
Bye.
Bye.
But yeah, we'll wrap things up. So updates this week has kind of been garbage in terms of working on stuff. So no updates this week. Most importantly, I might have a new place next week. I have an appointment to see that over the weekend and paperwork and yada yada. So hopefully next week I can get back into making content and being more consistent and stuff like that. So it's really the only update that I have for this week, unfortunately. So just hang in there until I can get things going again. What about you, Jazz? What you got going on?
Well, I just set up my computer at my new place. So, and
oh, sure, rub it in. Oh, I got a new place.
I got nothing going up.
Wow.
Nothing.
That's exciting.
Yep.
How about you, Shayla? Anything anything other than the Monster Hunter Machinima that's due in January?
Yeah. Just that I'm still working on it, and I am excited to see that there's going to be a big Monster Hunter announcement next week. So maybe there'll be some cool news next week.
Oh, cool!
Excited.
Awesome.
That's it.
Cool. Well, that's all we got for this week. Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. We hope you enjoyed this week's episode. If you did, consider sending us a Christmas gift in the form of subscriptions, likes, and comments. Definitely helps us out. And we will see you next week.
Bye.